Thank you for joining this class. This is the third day of how to call kpekus in local language across Nigeria. You need to learn and know types and names of kpekus. Now, let's go. In my previous class, we end at number 20. We end at number 20, which is Oyo State. And this is number 21. Number 21, which is Enugu State. They call their kpekus Ipu. Ipu. Enugu State call it Ipu. Number 22, Ebonyi. They call it Ebu or Oto. In Ebonyi State, they call their kpekus Ebu or Oto. In Katsina State, they call it Jindi. Jindi or Duri. Number 24, which is Anambra State, they call it Otu or Aka. Aka Nwanyi. In Anambra State, they call their kpekus Otu or Aka Nwanyi. Number 25, which is Kaduna State, they call their kpekus Faji or Jindi, the most general one. They call it Jindi in Kaduna State. Number 26, which is Kogi State. Kogi State, they call their kpekus Obu. Obu. Okay, they call it Obu or Ohoro or Obu in Kogi State. Okay, they partially call it Obu in Kogi State. In Kogi State, they call it Obu or Ohoro or Obu in Kogi State. Number 27, which is Plateau State, they call it Twi. Twi or Free. In Plateau State, they call their kpekus Twi or Free or Tu or Piok. In Plateau State, they call it Piok. Number 28, which is Ekiti State, they call it Idodo or Obo. In Ekiti State, they call it Idodo or Obo. In Adamawa, they call it Jindi or Sabu. Jindi or Sabu. In Osun State, they call it Abe or Obo. They call it Abe or Obo. I think this is where Davido, my idol, get his name OBO from. Obo. In Osun State, they call it Abe or Obo. I think this is where my boss, yes, Davido, gets his name OBO from. Okay. Number 31, Nasarawa State, which is, they call their kpekus Alawa, Alaura, Maize or Faji. The popular one is Faji in Nasarawa State. In Ogun State, they call it Obo or Koto or Oju Obirin. In Ogun State, they call it Oju Obirin. 33, which is Kwara State, they call it Toto and Oto or Obo or Inkipo. They call it in Kwara State Inkipo or Oto or Toto. 34, which is Lagos, they call it Amu. They call it Toto. They call it Obo. The popular one that they know in Lagos is Obo. 35, which is Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom, they call it Eat It. Is it Eat It? I mean, them ban Uto or Tot. In Akwa Ibom State, they call it Eat It. 36, the last but not the least, which is Abuja, the almighty Abuja, they call it Jindi. They also call it Gaba. They also call it Duri. The most popular name of kpekus is mentioned in North, which is the most popular one is Jindi and Duri. The most popular name of Jindi, the most popular name of kpekus is Jindi and Duri. Thank you all for coming to my class. If you know you have not seen your states or have not pronounced the name of your state very well, comment on the comment section so that we can review and learn how to call the name of kpekus of your state. Thank you very much.